Eyebrows. Who would have thought that eyebrows would be so important to our self-confidence? I'm here today with no eyebrows on to talk about the importance of your eyebrows. I have been making videos for a little over 6 years, and most of my content is wig related. And I get asked all the time about my makeup. Please show me how you do your makeup. What makeup do you buy? What skincare do you use? And I don't make videos like this very often because this is not my wheelhouse. But I have a fair amount of experience trying to make my extremely thinning eyebrows work for me. And today I'd like to talk with you a little bit about this topic. I'm going to show you a couple of different products, but I'm mainly going to show you what I use day in and day out every single day. This is the second video I've made on this product, and today we're also going to compare two colors. So if you struggle with how you look and your self-confidence, and you've never really considered whether or not your eyebrows could contribute to all of that, or maybe you have been trying to find a solution for your eyebrows and nothing has quite worked for you yet, then this video is for you. My name is Denise. I'm also known as Hey Wig Sister on Instagram and Facebook. Most of my content is wig related, and I have been suffering from hair loss since I've been in my 20s, and I just recently turned 53. A long time, and the same struggle I felt with my hair loss, or similar, I am feeling with my eyebrows. And we could have thinning eyebrows for so many different reasons. Maybe you don't suffer from hair loss on your head like I do, but your eyebrows are thinning and you're kind of desperate to find something that will work. I get it. I'm looking at myself right now thinking, I cannot believe I'm in front of a camera with no eyebrows on, because I feel like I look scary without eyebrows, especially with a full face of makeup. But I did want to do my makeup today for this video so that you could see what a huge difference the eyebrows can make. I could spend an hour on my eye makeup and my face makeup and getting my lips just right. And if my eyebrows are thin and barely visible, then all of that effort isn't going to be as beneficial as it would if I just did a little bit of something with my eyebrows. If you are new here, I would sure love it if you would consider hitting the thumbs up button. If this kind of content is helpful to you, you have no idea how much that helps a creator's channel. I am as guilty as anyone at forgetting to hit that thumbs up button. I will watch video after video all the way through and never once hit the like button. So please, right now, click on that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider hitting the subscribe. It helps channels like mine so very much. It doesn't cost you anything at all, but it makes a world of difference to us. So I want to thank you in advance if you will do that for me. All right, let me show you some products. The most important thing I want you to take away from this video. These are all ideas for you to ponder. What works for me may not work for you, and it may take some trial and error. Even if, let's just say, you love the idea of root touch-up powder, but the Sure Thik brand isn't quite doing it for you, there are tons of root touch-up powders on the market, and another one might. So don't write off a method just because one brand didn't work. Before I demonstrate and compare the two colors, I do want to give a bit of a disclaimer. What I'm going to show you today works best if you have some eyebrow hair. If you have lost your eyebrows completely, I don't think this is the best method for you. And I actually made a video showing how I used this before, and one of the questions I got was, can I do this if I have no eyebrows? The reason I don't think it's the best option is because I actually have very little to no eyebrows right here at the front of my eyebrow. My eyebrows don't go as far toward the inside of my face as they should. And when I use this powder on that part, I don't think it looks the most natural. And I have had to find other things to do for that area of my face. That leads me to believe that it's not going to look the most natural on you if you're not actually filling in thinning eyebrows. But here's my suggestion. If you've never tried a temporary eyebrow tattoo, I strongly recommend you give it a try. Now, a few years ago, I think, I showed you guys my True Brows temporary eye tattoo. This company was founded by a man who has alopecia universalis, meaning he has lost every speck of hair on his entire body. Hair on the head, eyebrows, eyelashes, everything. And he came up with a solution that is a great idea if you have no eyebrow hair at all. I did try this out a few years ago and it didn't work for me. It just wouldn't stick because of the eyebrow hair that I do have. So if you've never tried out my two brows, I really strongly recommend them. I love the owner, and I heard from probably 50 or more of you guys when I made that series of videos telling me that this is your go-to gold standard for replacing your eyebrows. I strongly encourage you to experiment and try different brands to see if you can find one that's going to meet your specific needs. Your skin type matters, all of that really matters, but temporary brow tattoos can be a great solution if you have no brows at all. I will link some videos below in case you want to leave this one and go look at one of those. And a quick honorable mention, since I got asked on my last video, I have tried a couple of different brow stamping products where you put the stencil up to your brow and then you stamp the ink onto it. And while initially I loved that product so much, it's a little bit more involved than I want on a regular basis. I am a very lazy makeup wearer. That's why I haven't made videos. I am so lazy. I do the same thing every day, and it's not the best technique, but I am looking for easy and quick. And what I'm going to show you today has been the easiest by far for me, but brow stamps can also be a great option if you try something like I'm going to show you today and you don't like it. I just wanted to mention it because I was asked if I still do it. It just wasn't the right fit for me, but I know a lot of women swear by it. There are a couple of different brands out there that I'm familiar with. So again, trial and error. Learn from what works for others and then find your own. The two colors that I'm going to show you today are medium brown and light brown. One of the beautiful things about root touch-up powder like this is you can actually use it in other places. So in addition to my eyebrows, I love to use it to blend my hair with my wig. I've got super gray ashy hair at this point, and it doesn't blend with really any of the colors that I wear. So root touch-up powder is perfect for blending, and you can also use it to cover up regrowth and grays if you're still coloring your hair. So there's lots of applications. This is going to last me at least a few years, if not longer, because I don't use a ton of it. I use it on my eyebrows pretty much every day, but I'm not always using it on my hair. So this is going to last a really long time, which actually makes it a lot more affordable because I'm not going to have to replace it. And if you get multiple colors, it does give you the option then to match different hair colors if you are someone who likes to change out your wigs, or maybe you haven't gotten there yet, but someday you want to do that. You can change your eyebrow color and you can change your blending color to match whatever color of wig your heart wants to wear that day. So I'm going to start out with the medium brown. I want to make sure I had the right one. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to smooth out my eyebrow with the spoolie. It does come with this, but you can also buy other spoolie eyebrow brushes on Amazon if you want to get some extras. I can link some below if you want to go check something out. But I literally just fill in my brow. Oh, I got makeup all over me, you guys. Oh my word. This is why I do not make these videos. So really, all I'm doing is I'm following the brow hair that's there and I'm just filling it in. And I can do this as little or as much as I want. So it's buildable. So I can just do a little tiny bit on weekends or on days when I'm not wearing any makeup at all. I still sometimes fill in my eyebrows a little bit because they bother me. They just bother me so much, and I just do not like the way I look with my eyebrows. And so then maybe I use the lighter color, or I just do a tiny little bit and it's just perfect. One problem that I actually have is because my eyebrows, I'm missing the brow hair right here. I can't easily fill it in all the way to where it should be because to me it's a little bit obvious. So a tip that I've learned by watching videos is to figure out where your eyebrow should start and end. Take your spoolie or a pencil of some sort or whatever will work for you, and you want to take it, it'll be easier so I don't get makeup all over myself. If you take it and line it up at the inner corner of your eye, the front of your eyebrow should go to where the inner corner of your eye is. You can see I've got a little bit of a gap there. And then the tail of your eyebrow, if you just sort of split your eye from the center out to the other end, the tail of your eyebrow should end where the pen ends. So I'm doing okay on this side, but I'm not doing okay on this side. And after a lot of trial and error, here is the solution I found. So this is called a hairline eyebrow pen. There are tons of these on Amazon, and I'm in the process of trying to figure out what my favorite is. Right now I'm using this one. I will link it below, but I'm not married to this one at all. I think there are a lot of possibilities on the market, and I'm just working my way through some of them. But what I do like about this one is we've got two options. We've got that end, which is just a really fine point. It's like a felt tip marker almost. And then we've got this end, which looks like that. And so it really gives you some options. And this is how I use it. And I will admit, I gotta get closer to the mirror. I will admit I am better with this eyebrow than with this eyebrow. So I'm gonna show you with the one I'm good at, because the other one is very much hit or miss. But I just take it and I can't really talk while I do it. So I'm gonna show you and then I'll explain. So I'm drawing brush strokes very lightly. And I'm drawing them closer to the inner corner where I should have brow hair. And then I take it and I bring it out this way just a little bit. Can you see that? It looks like I've got some brow hair there. It's great. I'm also, for some reason, my hands have started to get a little shaky sometimes. I don't know what that's all about. It's making me a little nervous, but it makes this kind of thing really challenging. So I have just had to practice and practice and practice. And like I said, I've gotten a lot better on this side. I am not nearly as good on that side, so I have to keep practicing. But look at how good that is, you guys. That's how I've solved my problem of not having brow hair in far enough. So I can fill in the rest of this. I can use this, and if I weren't talking and demonstrating, and I'm just gonna kind of brush through it to blend it all, if I weren't doing all this talking, this would take me like a minute, 90 seconds. It's really quick. So, my favorite, love this stuff. Let me show you the light brown and how they're so subtly different. I thought I'd speed this section up a little bit. I figured you didn't need to watch me in real time do the other brow, and it's really about the comparison. The biggest thing I can stress is I wasn't great at this in the beginning at all, and I practiced a lot, especially with the pen. So practice makes perfect, truly, in this case. And that is the finished product. Now, I struggle to see a difference in the two colors. I think they're so very similar that if you are unsure what color is going to work for you between the medium brown and the light brown, and you don't wear super dark hair, I would just get the light brown. I think it works with dark wigs and light brown wigs, and it is buildable, so you can just put more layers on and it will get darker as you go. But I see a very, very subtle difference when they're side by side, but it's really not significant. This to me has really helped my self-confidence. It's easy to do. Obviously, it's easier now for me because I've been doing it now for so long. It will take some practice, but if you've struggled and you haven't found anything that works for you, consider Sure Thik or any other root touch-up powder. And again, I love that it has multiple applications, so I don't have to just use it on my eyebrows. I can also use it on my bio hair to blend with my wigs, and it is fabulous for both purposes. It lasts all day. It doesn't ever come off during the day. I've rubbed my eyebrows before and I have had no issue. It's one of the reasons why I choose this over eyeshadow. I do feel as though the root touch-up powder stays more reliably than eyeshadow does for me. And I think some of you have told me you use eyeshadow and it works great. If what you do works, don't change it. I just think it's wonderful that we have so many options, and this is just one for you to consider if you need the idea. And finally, if you have a product that you love that works great for you, please share it in the comments. Help a sister out. We all are just doing our best, and it can be really frustrating to try product after product and not find something that works for you. And I think all suggestions are good suggestions. It just gives us ideas to check into. And again, I can't say it enough. What works for me may not work for you. And there's no shame in that. If you don't love using root touch-up powder on your eyebrows, but there's something else you love, someone else might benefit from learning about that. So I'd love to hear it. And if you have microblading experience, I have toyed with the idea of doing microblading on my eyebrows. I've avoided it for a couple of reasons. Number one, the expense. I'm 53. I'm getting nervous about retirement. I'm really worried that we're not going to have enough money when retirement hits. So I've been trying to be really frugal and conscious about the money that I'm spending. And number two, it's kind of permanent. I mean, I know it fades over time, but if I don't like it, I'm stuck with it. And that makes me so incredibly nervous. But if you do microblading and you love it, I'd love to hear about it, maybe some suggestions. And if you're local in the Minnesota area or western Wisconsin, northern Iowa, I would just love to hear if you've got a microblading artist that is phenomenal, because if I ever do decide to try it, I would love a recommendation for who is good. Thanks for watching, you guys. I hope this helped. And again, would love suggestions for things that you're struggling with that I might be able to make videos on in the future. See you soon.
Hey friends, thanks so much for watching. Here are a few videos I think you might enjoy. Go ahead and click on one and watch.